Welcome, my crown, Queen Victoria. Give me my crown. I don't want to be without my crown. Welcome to the Get Real with King Arthur show. Oh, I got to put my crown on. Thank you for listening. And daylight savings time is almost here. Spring is about to sprung. Whatever. Well, the topic of my day's disquisition is quantum and I. Now, someone asked, well, why are you fooling around with physics, modern physics, and quantum theory? Because everything's connected. Everything impacts everything, and science impacts everything, as everything impacts science. So, the poet Samuel Taylor Coleridge, in his autobiography, Biographia Literaria, talked about himself as a young man. I had bewildered myself in metaphysics. Maybe I'm bewildering myself. But anyway, I am in the middle of it, and I'm in the swamp, as it were. One author said, if you aren't dizzy reading this, you aren't reading it. Well, and there's been great, whatever, mystery. That leads me to the truth I want to emphasize today. They agree. Now, I read Levy on the revelation of quantum, and Wilson, the revolution of quantum, and I'm now reading The Elegant Universe by Wilson. Plus, I have a conversation with very influential scientists, genetics and evolution theory, Daryl Folk. Now, one truth that I want to present today, I'm not going to try to explain quantum theory to you exactly, but there's be some relevant truths, I think, for us all. And one thing they all agree on, including Noam Chomsky, who's a language expert, and that is that there are two kinds of knowledge. Remember, we said there are two kinds of activity, routine and creative. Well, there are two kinds of knowledge, problems and mysteries. Problems and mysteries. And it's important that we distinguish between them. Now, problems are issues that can be solved by thought and by experiment and by investigation by human beings. And believe me, they are making fantastic advances, largely beginning in the 20s with Einstein, etc., and heralding my own birth in the 30s. Anyway, don't mix up those two things, problem and mystery. Now, Chomsky says that there are things in the universe beyond our language even, mysteries, but they're problems open to some help from our limited language. Now, the scientists say that scientists, physicists, have found astounding things, unbelievable. In fact, they have explained gravity to me, I believe. And they have explained things in the universe, especially the indeterminacy of things, the relativity, and the math is astounding. If they go off into the universe, and it bothers me to think that there are billions of galaxies. Whoa, I can't take that. And the fact that they're zooming off in all directions, and that we can never be certain of certain facts because of the universe is time and energy warps. It's not a straight line as we used to think in traditional physics. It's warped. And they go on with extreme accuracy, with math and accuracy of investigation. It's disquieting, but amazing, like black holes, which I've heard about all my life. And the fact that energy and matter are reversible, whatever. Anyway, then they go to way down. They got relativity goes way off into, I can't believe this, light years, million, And so we can never be certain of facts because we live in relativity to our own speed, to gravitation, to time, and that's one thing I don't quite get, the relationship between biology, or biological life, and time. And then they go way down into the minute. We used to think that the atoms of Democritus was as far as we go, and that's what I studied in chemistry in high school. No, they're down to such minute things that even the only way to work with quantum theory is, as part of it, is to speculate mathematically about it. No one can possibly even imagine the minuteness of it, and the fact that they are they're making such fabulous advances. Just think, there are thousands of physicists around the world, and they're so disciplined, and I admire them so much. They're so dedicated, and they're making advances in problems, but they admit that there are mysteries. And that we probably will never understand. Now, so although they tell what about the creation and Big Bang Theory, etc., and all this black holes, everything's going on, amazing, but never approach why or who. And so, supposedly, since they don't know what to say about them, they're mysteries that they don't ever hope to solve, that they just satisfy people by ignoring it. No, we can't ignore things, my dear friends. And so they're mysteries that are beyond human understanding. For example, we were in a discussion, and someone said, well, I don't know, faith people, they believe that it's the God of the gaps. Everything, because science explains some things that used to be explained by faith, like lightning and thunder and whatnot, and so therefore everything is explained by science and reason. Not so. By the way, the scripture says, men by reason knew not God. And I'll get onto that later. If I get a little religious, tough luck, kiddos. And but we need to honor and be astounded and know something about what the universe is made of. And the scientists are doing fantastic work, but the mysteries still remain and may forever remain, both with language and with areas that they have no explanation for. For example, they talk about the first second of the universe at the Big Bang. Everything started as small as an orange. No, maybe as small as a dot. And it was this incredibly heat, whatnot. Whoa, mystery. So we ought to honor and understand the problems as far as we can. But we need to know that there are mysteries too. And we're going to try to dig out some other things. I hope you know, I hope you're aware of the difference between mysteries and problems. And men can solve problems, but they can't solve mysteries. Well, give me feedback. I hope you're with me, this quantum and I. We're going to spend some other days on it. If I bore you, well, shame on you. You need to know these problems and how they're being solved. Have a great day.